Good morning. Back again with some Minecraft. Episode 2 of the Saturday Morning Monster Drop Let's Play / podcast. This time, we're going to start a new world. It's not going to be hardcore because, well, Mama raised a bitch. What are you going to do about it? And let's just leave it all default. Yeah, difficulty hard. We're going to go again. Sitting in the Discord once again. I love the word again, for sure. If anybody wishes to join, I'm guessing nobody will. It's Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So maybe some people join a little bit later. But for now, we're gonna spawn right next to lava. We're gonna get some Minecraft going, and we're gonna sit back, relax, and grab ourselves a beverage. Let's take a screenshot of spawn. Wow, right next to a lava pit. That's gonna have to go right away. Turns out I have to be Smokey the Bear on the first episode. Damn tragedy. But last time we died to piglins in the nether because, well, they hurt. And I kind of like that world, so, you know, maybe hardcore's not for me. Maybe it is. You know, maybe I just want to relax, maybe die, yeah, have some fun, play some Minecraft, talk about how much we hate American cheese. Oh, speaking of that, new episode, I guess by the time you're watching this, it's been out for a week, but just uploaded it now. I'm gonna record them and then upload them right before I do the next one, the next week, and yeah, so they'll be a week behind essentially because that 3-hour Let's Play is gonna take forever to upload. Let's look at our spawn here. We have a nice spruce forest, no village yet nearby. Nice big natural forest. And a lake. Okay. This area right here has a ton of potential. Okay. We can definitely make a house here. Let's go grab that apple that I saw, because I'd like some food. Yeah, it'll be great. Well, let me actually make sure I'm in the Discord here. Yeah, okay, we're all good. Okay. Game? Hello? Good? Alt tabbing doesn't... They don't enjoy alt tabbing. I didn't break that, but... Hey, you know, whatever. Where to begin? I played Minecraft since last week. Let's go. Where do we want to make our mine? If we're gonna set up shop, somewhere over here near the lake, let's make our mine. Let's see if we have a cave actually nearby. I was gonna go just start digging straight down. Not straight down, but you know what I mean. But if there's a cave nearby, there's chickens and pigs. There's a cave nearby, we can use that. That'll work. I already hear a spider, that's great. Let's get right into it then. Spider sounds mean, but it'll all buff out. We'll do great. Get that wooden pickaxe out of here. We always chuck the wooden pickaxe after 3 stone. That's the rule. Never keep it in your inventory any longer. Some early coal to start off. That's great. That's great. See if we can get some early diamonds as well. I don't think this cave will go too far. I do hear spiders. So it has potential for sure. Hopefully, I both want and don't want a mine shaft because mine shafts tend to have nice loot spread out, but they also have a lot of mean people within them. That's nice. Okay. Let's grab stone. Should be good. Like one of those, one of those. Hopefully nothing walks up from me. Mine. Very cool. Well, let's just start with a ton of torches. Why don't we? Oh, the goddamn. Okay. Oh, so that spider's in a separate cave. Okay. Maybe we can listen to him. This cave. Oh, speaking of the other cave. This cave is just split off at this core. Okay. I'm not even using shaders. What an idiot. I thought I was. What a dummy. Why did the game look bad? And I clicked the wrong one. I'm like, why the game look bad? Why does water look like water? I want nice looking water. Oh. There it is. There's zombie as well. Okay. Ton of potential in this cave currently. Let's go down it. Why don't we? Some iron here. Nice. There's the zombie we were hearing. Where is that spider? Guessing over there. That's a great place. As I say, that's a great place for a creeper to spawn on us. Holy shit. I called it. Okay. I think the spider's up there with him as well. Let's just relax and grab some iron. Let's not get ourselves killed instantly. It's fine, we're not on hardcore. But I don't prefer dying. Okay, so I have no food. I guess this is round flesh. We'll sit still to stop our hunger from going down immensely quickly. Get some regen out of it. The saturation is going to be horrible, but it's fine. Gonna sit still, relax, not waste any unnecessary hunger. Alright. Oh, hi, Mr. Spider. Just fucking floating on the wall. Down, down, down we go. More iron. I want to light this up as much as possible. Nothing sneaks up on me. Okay. This all seems good. We'll grab this iron. We'll check out the other part of the cave. I'm guessing this cave's gonna run dry pretty quickly, but we should be able to get a full set of iron out of it at least. Then we can go strip mining or build a house or something. We didn't build a house last time, and I think that's where we went wrong. Went straight into the mine, tried to get goods. We didn't have a good defense, and we kind of got pummeled in our spawn. We didn't die, but it wasn't great. It wasn't a fun experience, so. Oh, I saw some. Wasn't a great experience, but it worked out fine, I guess. It was just the nether hurt. New nether's painful as hell. Haha, you get it? Because it's hell? Nice one, Michael. We're just gonna collect some coal, then check out that other area. I'll just grab it all while I'm here so I don't have to come back to this cave. I was hoping for like a nice big cave, which I guess that other part still has potential, but Nothing amazing yet. It's not going too far down. Wow, I hit those. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's not great. And it does run dry. It goes back up to the surface. Okay. Alright. Alright. Well, we'll pick up the iron. We'll leave. We should have enough for a full set. Plus a sword and a pickaxe. That's 29. Oh, if we had one more, we could make a bucket on top of that. Ouch. We should also make a farm as quick as possible. That was a problem last time too. I was having food. It was here. Yeah. Okay. Let's pick up our crafting table. Let's set up shop. Where do we want to set up shop? I want a nice flat area. How about right here? That sounds good. Yeah, we can do right here. We can cut down these trees, set up a nice little farm. Die because we don't have any. Actually, I kind of want to. I'll do it here. I kind of want to find some sheep because it's gonna be nighttime real quick here, and I'm gonna get bodied by a ton of skeletons and creepers. I don't have food, so maybe that chicken right next to me, he might have to die. Even then, I'm not gonna get a ton of food out of it. Let's chop down a tree, and we can corral these, hopefully. Or maybe we should just go and make a mine right now, right here. Actually, sugarcane I'll grab. Oh, we have salmon. Forgot about salmon. If I can hit it. Is this our bone meal? The fuck? They're so elusive. Slippery. And I have bad aim. Alright, let's... Eight should be good for now. I'll kill these, but otherwise they'll despawn. Possibly. More over there. I should be fine with, what, 13 here. Okay, not a great start. I guess there might be some mobs. Oh, alright, get out of here. Light this area up. There's already a skeleton. Oh no. I need to outplay him somehow. I'll do some DBD loops. Let's make another. One of these. Put those in there. These fish, the sound of the fish is scaring me. Just them flopping in the water. I'm thinking it's a mob of some sort. Creeping up on me. 3 hearts and a dream. As well as that would be a ton of armor. Boop, boop, boop. Aha. Now I have sprint. Remember the fish. Remember the fishes. They're worthy sacrifice. The only reason I'm alive. Poor salmon. Okay. We're looking a lot healthier now. That one's already done. Put another one in there. Cook the rest up. Alright. Now I can fight. There we go. Now, do I want to make an iron sword? I think I'd rather have a shield. That's always nice. Hold on to one of those. Especially during the night here. What else did I want? I got a bow. Do I want a bucket and a pickaxe? Sure. Let's do that. We're still good? There. Go back down to chopping trees. Let's grab. There we go. Nice setup. Let's grab the wood as well as some water, just in case we need water. We could early nether, but we're also weak as fuck. So let's not do that. Kind of like a chicken farm early. Or a cow farm if I can. Oh. Having a battle. Look to KS the last one. Right. I traded the zombie, don't worry, it's worth. Alright, let's chop down these trees. Then we can set up a house here. What kind of house do we want to go for? Something safe? Something made of stone with iron doors? That sounds great. Something where I'm not gonna get killed by creepers. We'll probably plug up this water here, we don't need it. It'll sort of just get in the way. Alright. 16 salmon. We're set. Well, let's put down some more torches. We're gonna run out right away here, but it's fine. Sun's gonna come up soon though. So, let's make actually some more. Oh, I already have a ton of sticks. Right. And we can set up a house. I said I want to make a house out of stone. Don't really have any. So maybe I'll make a mine and then build a house around it. Maybe I'll make a wooden house. I'll make a wooden house, why not? Sure. We'll make it, maybe we'll make a circle. Let's pick a circle here. Sure. Start terraforming now, I guess. The shovel may die by the time I try and get around this entire area. But that'll be alright. And we'll be all good. Yeah, I think we'll make a nice house here. Well, it's not gonna be nice. I have horrible design, but it'll be effective. That'll be a better word. We'll stop there, I guess. And let's plug up this water. Might not even have enough through here. I might actually have enough. This is too deep one. That's good. Oh, hello. I didn't even notice you. Oh, that's not a good idea. There we go. That's better. Oh yeah, I will run out of dirt. Alright. A little bit more will be good. I remember seeing a creeper over here. That's fine. Well, just be careful. You know, I said, leave your comments down below. Maybe I'll get to it next week, but I'll probably get to it within 2 weeks because the 1 week upload. Yeah, but that's fine. We'll just wait a hefty 2 weeks for nobody to comment, and it'll be great. But we do have a nice setup here. There's more oh, I lied. I thought that was sugarcane. That's more ferns. Nice mountains. I have like some weird. Oh, my render distance is huge. There we go. That's a little bit smoother. I'll help the frame rate. That's much smoother. Okay. Yeah, let's build a house here. A nice wooden house. How do we want to do it here? So we'll have like maybe an entrance here. We'll maybe put cows over there. And like another portal there. Okay. Let's make entrances on every side then. Boop, boop, boop. And then boop, boop. But let's say 1, 2, 3, and then boop, boop, and then 2, 3. I'm gonna run out of wood, but it'll be fine. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well we have a nice framework set up. We got a lot of wood nearby, so. Oh, it's the second day. Oh man, is it gonna be dark with shaders? Good luck seeing. Yeah, kind of spooky. I do like the fog that rolls in with shaders. That's really nice. It's like a mistiness in the air. What a tall ass tree. There we go. We're gonna miss one piece of wood, and it's gonna stay there forever and annoy the hell out of me. But there it is. There's always one piece of wood just hiding in the leaves, looking to ruin your day. Is this still part of this tree? It looks like it. That piece of wood. That's a thunderstorm on the second day? Oh hell yeah, that's my shit. I love it. I love the thunder in this game. They do it so well. Really? Only one lightning strike? What the hell happened? Strike me, Zeus. Through the tree. Do it. Do it. Oh. Oh. Here kicks in the Minecraft music. Send me into tears on the second episode. There it is. The thunder will keep me happy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This torch will have to move. Oh. 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's do hard corners, and then we'll do maybe a birch floor, and then yeah, then we'll put like fences here so we can see outside. We'll put iron doors, of course, because it's hard and zombies will just break through the doors. Why not? Love it. Ugh, another big tree. But it'll all be good. This will take a while to build. And then we can go back into the mine, grab some iron, some diamond. Oh, now it's really cracking. Oh, boom. Then we can go into the nether, enjoy ourselves with piglins, and I hear a spider. I see the spider. I killed the spider. Yeah, the nether last time was not fun because, well, it's the new nether and there's piglins and stuff and things that are automatically angry at you, which is great. Piglins are the worst. And no, I'm not going to wear gold armor like Logan suggested. That's stupid and dumb. I'm going to fight them and probably die again. And probably have to go back for my stuff, and it'll all fall in lava. And I'll be sad. But that's life. We have a lot of saplings here. We can definitely repopulate the forest after. That just struck right next to me. Didn't look great because of shaders and the rain. That's fine. Those birch trees gotta go. Let's make a new. I don't even have. What's it called? Cobblestone. Let's make the mine inside our house because not doing that just opens up opportunity to die. Who knows what? So let's put maybe furnaces and stuff here up along the wall. Chest, enchanting. Where do we want our mine then? Here along the furnace side. We can do it here. Let's do it. Guess we'll have to do it here. We didn't make the house very big, but that's fine. We might hit water here. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll get down fast enough. Shouldn't need the shield for now. And down, down, down we go. And we'll see if we can find anything. Probably not. We'll probably just not hit a cave. Then we'll bitch about American cheese and we'll find a cave, which would be great. But yeah, that should be tons of cobble for now. That shouldn't need any more for a bit. Maybe we should move this stuff inside right away. Yeah, sure. Let's move this all inside. Boop, boop. And then let's actually do that. And put that there. Put it in the corner, why not? Iron. Let's cook up the iron. Okay, we still have this corner to do for the logs. This tree's not going to disappear because I placed one there. I want it to disappear though. Along with this one. Go, should start. Four bones. Okay, that could be good for early bone meal on a farm. These foxes have killed the salmon. Tragedy. But I will reap the goods. Why not? And murder the rest. I mean, save the rest, yes, from being eaten by foxes by eating them myself. I didn't know foxes did that. I did not know they went and killed salmon. It makes sense, but I didn't know it was a feature. Or like a weird mob. I didn't even know what it was. Just ignore it. Remember the fishes that saved our lives by dying. There's no more bone meal. I didn't know. It's weird. Never knew they dropped on me. But let's cook these up. Make some chests, why don't I? That sounds good. Boop, boop. Actually, how do I want to do this? I should probably do it the smart way, right? Like, I like that. That sounds fine. Maybe we'll make that not a door. Maybe. I don't know. Let's just get rid of. I guess we don't need that for now. Okay. Alright, we should be good on food for a bit. Let's make an iron sword. Let's make a couple more pickaxes. Oh, the rain has stopped. Much quieter now. I'll hold on to the rest of the iron. Don't want to use it yet. Oh, we should make an iron axe. We'll probably need it. That's what we can make. Can you actually... That's definitely the wrong way to make an axe, for sure. That's definitely... It works, but it's wrong and it's bad. Like American cheese. This is gonna be the shit on American cheese podcast. That's it. We hate American cheese here. Yeah. It's horrible. But we're not gonna get into that. We had a whole podcast on how I hate American cheese. But we'll keep grabbing these trees. Nobody's gonna bully us. As far as I can hear him. Oh, it's that one I'm hearing. Well, slowly but surely we'll pick up all this folk here. I didn't really know what I was gonna. Maybe I'll just top it off and then put a roof on it somehow. And we'll be all good. We'll probably want to make the roof out of half slabs to stop stuff from just spawning on top of it. Do I think I'll make a second floor? Probably not. I'll probably make a basement if anything. Kind of prefer that over second floor. How the hell I'm gonna do it, I got no clue, but that's fine. Maybe we won't even need a basement. Maybe, maybe not. See how far we get. See how long this lasts. I get bored of anything. I do have big plans. I should try and go to the Nether as quickly as possible. So then, if we do need to make a brewing stand, we don't run into the same problem as last time. Where we ran out. We had no blaze in order to turn back our zombie villager. No blaze powder, so. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. I used up a ton of wood. I need 3. Okay, I need 6, 12. Hold on. I need 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 33. Okay, ow. Maybe that's not a great place to put a mine. I need 33. These all the way up to 20. Make some sticks. Not buttons. There we go. Still a lot of wood left over. That's nice. Boop. There we go. Grab these saplings. This isn't really like podcast yet. This is more just me having an uncut let's play. What is any podcast topics to talk about? Politics? What like in politics? Joe Biden in office. No longer President Trump in office. I'm not gonna take a political stance. I don't give a fuck. I'm Canadian. They can do whatever they want. They want to have a fucking pig for president? They can. But they did. Oh, got him. Got him, dude. What? Trump will never recover from that. Being called a pig by a Canadian more than 1,000 miles away from him. Oh, he's gonna be so sad and angry at the same time. Let's put another layer here. I can probably math it. Alright, so I need to do like that much for it from like there to there 4 times. So that's 3, 7, 8, 12. Yeah, I need 48 logs. I'm thinking. Maybe we'll just get a stack and be safe. Then we can add our flooring. That'll be all good. Then we can eventually put a roof on it. I don't think we'll put a roof on it yet. We should. I don't think we'll put one on it yet. Probably make it probably make it out of like stone brick slabs on top there. That'll be good. We'll do the job. The sun finally rising? Looks like it. I feel like I've been in night for like a half an hour because it was like night and then it rained and then thunderstorm. It didn't even rain. Thunderstorm. And then it was night again. So I just had like a super long night too, you know. Also love how it rained on the actually rained on the first day based on what Minecraft's telling me. Or is there day 0? I think there might be day 0, so I think it will rain on the second day. If there is no day 0, then it'll rain on the first day. That should be good for wood. And we can put an extra layer on it, then we can put a roof afterwards. Let's do it here. Dummy zombie, what are you doing? Entering my house because I haven't put any doors on it. Getting too close for comfort, for sure. Burn. There we go. And continue this. No. Continue this. And oh, I might have miscounted. No, I'll be fine. Trust. Oh yeah, I'll be fine. Slut fox. I think this fox is still terrorizing this salmon. Oh, we can have a National Geographic moment. Never mind, it despawned because I got too far away. Unlucky fox, unlucky. Be a David Attenborough documentary. And the fox pursues the salmon. He doesn't want to eat them, but rather just kill them. Any wanderer to get too close to the surface is bound for a tragedy. They're now all jumping up. I don't know why. Maybe they're freaked out by the fox, but they definitely don't want to go near him, right? He's honed in on one for sure. Hunting. Waiting. Looking to strike. When the time is right. Oh, my game alt tab. Thank you, Discord. Back to it. Alright, he's taking forever. I don't have the patience for it. Alright, this looks to be fun. Do I like it that way or that way, though? Definitely that way. But now, do I like it that way or that way? Still that way. Alright. Just checking. Okay. Let's get rid of whatever we don't immediately need. I'll keep the wood on me. The wood's always nice. Cobblestone, coal. I guess we can replace the flooring now. Stone shovel's definitely gonna die. I'll probably use that extra iron to make an iron one. Yeah, I definitely will. Okay. Go. And we will replace it with some nice birch flooring. And the rain is back. Alright, listen, I like the thunderstorm, but as long as it's a thunderstorm, I'm happy. But if it's just gonna be rain, it's depressing, dude. It's just depressing. It's horrible. I guess episode 2 is just rain. It's just rain. Oops, it's all rain, you know. should be fine. And I think I have enough birch. I should have enough birch. 38? That's tons. I might replace the birch flooring. I don't like it, but meh. What are you gonna do about it? And no, I'm not gonna make it out of half slabs and just half slab the top in order to save wood. I don't care enough. Yeah, it saves wood, but like, if you ever try to make 2 layers, it looks horrible, and you have to half slab the bottom anyways on like certain parts, and it's just not worth my. Yeah, I definitely have to move this mine. It's just not worth my time. Maybe we will just do that and cover it up. We'll make a mine elsewhere. We still have that lava at spawn we can use if we want to go to the nether right away. I don't want to go to the nether right away though. I actually ran out of birch. Okay, it should only take 1 tree. Yeah. I actually ran out of birch, which is pretty sad. Turns out I didn't have enough, as I suspected. Too much wood. Alright. Let's set up these torches all nice, even, because we love symmetry. Let's go with that there. Alright. It's all lit up, looks like. Okay. Let's keep replenishing sugarcane in order to increase our supply as fast as possible. Fox is still hunting the salmon. Let's go to a mine. I want to make a cow farm here. And another portal over here. We'll probably make the mine right here, right next to another portal, right? Why not? That's never turned out bad, right? Right? Probably. Clear some area near our house. Get some room to breathe. Actually, let's just clear out the entire area. Why not? Let's just clear it out. We'll have to chop this tree down because we haven't yet. And we'll have a ton of extra dirt in case we want to plug up anything else. And it'll all be good. Yeah. Okay. This is gonna break. Yep. And we'll make 2. We'll probably go through most of it, and I'd like another one when we eventually go into the mine. Stone's a little bit slower, but it gets the job done, so we can't complain. And there's not a ton of dirt here. There's just this little bit. And maybe I should put the cow pen here. No, I wouldn't be good with all the. I don't like the river behind it. Leaves me open to like random drown popping up, perhaps. Yeah, so we'll put the other portal like right here, and then let's put the mine here going down. Sure. Oh, perfect. Iron. That means it's a great start. We're going to have no good luck because we used it all up for right now, which is fine, but I would like a little bit of luck perhaps, which means I will never get it. Let's get rid of all this dirt and the sweet seeds and everything. Let's actually keep. Oh, we don't have any arrows, but pretty healthy bow. That's a nice bow for the skeleton to drop. Like it's got 75 shots in it, so that we can at least hold on to. It's not gonna break after shooting it once, sort of thing. You know. Let's do torches here. What was that? Every 2 blocks in between, or and down, down, down. We'll go. This will probably be our shrine entrance, unless I get an amazing cave. And we'll use this to hopefully mine to find some diamonds. And y equals 11 because any other elevation, you're wrong. You should feel bad for mining there. Because 11's the best. There's no doubt about it. Why, you may ask? I'll tell you why. It's low enough for any ore to spawn, really. And especially diamonds. Those are the creme we're looking for. And not only that, but the lava pools spawn 1 below your feet. So, like, if this is Y11, the lava's in that block right there, which you might say, Michael, that's dangerous. You could run into it. Yes, don't be an idiot, and you'll be fine. But, a big but, if lava spawns below your feet, 1 below, then whenever you enter a cave that has a lava pool as nice and open, you're already at the correct level to start making it to obsidian, with a bucket of water and everything, and you're at the perfect height to see the nice big caves. I don't know. It's just good. It's just good. That's it. That's it. I guess this is what loosely defined as the complaining podcast. Even though it's called the Saturday Morning Moss Chop Let's Play / podcast, a very concise name, SMMLP / P, perfect name. That's not too long. People never forget that. And you know, we love to complain on this podcast. We talked about American cheese last time. I remember that for sure. Talk about potato chips and meat as well. Maybe we should get off the food subject. Complain about other things other than food. Maybe other video games, perhaps. Oh, I can complain about Dead by Daylight for years and years. Of course, why not? Probably not, actually, but like, I can complain about it for probably a good, 20 minutes, for sure. Where to begin? Probably the community. The community's, it's far and few in between, where there's a lot of nice players, but they're almost always pushed down and ignored due to toxicity and people feeling the game is unfair and unbalanced, which they will always do because it's an asymmetrical game. You can't balance it perfectly for both sides. It's not possible. It's straight up not possible. You have a mode where it's 1 versus 4. You know how hard it is to balance Mario Party games? Let alone like 1v3 Mario Party games? They're hard as hell. Trying to make that even for both sides while you know, still keeping the fun, it's impossible. It's almost always sided in one way. And I feel like a lot of people are unhappy with the game in its current state. But I think they just ignore all the good, only look at the bad. They only look at the DS Unbreakable. They only look at the Ruin Undying, which are both being nerfed soon. You know, um, DS is getting a nerf where you can't progress the game, like do gens or heal or cleanse totems or anything in order to progress the game. Um, Otherwise, your DS will deactivate. They actually made it. They're making it into an anti-tunneling perk, which is, in my opinion, great. It always was an anti-tunneling perk, but now you can't just sit on a gen and wave your dick in someone's face for 60 seconds because you can hit a skill check. Like it's stupid the amount of times people will just work on the gen for progress because they can just they can they can get unhooked and then just instantly go sit on a gen for a good 60 seconds, which is 3/4 of a gen if they have perfect timing, and then they'll just sit on the gen, and if you hit them, they will go down and sit on the ground, and then most likely they'll have Unbreakable and pick themselves up because yes, Unbreakable is just it's it's peanut butter and jam. It works perfectly together. It's broken and people hate playing against it, but it exists nonetheless, so you can't really stop it. Um, and they're both second chance perks, and there's nothing stopping you from running both of them. There's nothing stopping you from running Deliverance, Dead Hard, DS, Unbreakable, or Dead Hard, Unbreakable, DS, and Adrenaline. There's nothing stopping you from running it. You can run it every game for 100 games straight, and you'll probably have pretty good luck escaping that game, assuming you're playing with competent people, which is another problem. You never know if you're going to play with competent people. So many people get the game and they're new to it, and they want to learn, and they want to unlock new perks. They want to play the game, learn it, and try and master it. But then you get every perk on every character, and you're like, what do I do now? You know, there's not to progress. I've finished all the tomes. I've unlocked everything I possibly can. Now it's just play, you know? It's and of course they add new tomes and they add new characters and they add new patches, but when they release a new killer with bad perks or a new killer with an unfun ability that people don't enjoy playing against, or as just the playstyle, like the twins. You release the twins, and people are like, this is Hag 2. You know? You hook someone, you go into Charlotte, you basically face camp them as Charlotte, and then you run around with Victor, who moves at Mach 9 for whatever reason, and he'll just basically get right up next to you to shred you, because why wouldn't you? If you go for a long range shred, you're just gonna miss. They're gonna quickly pivot, you're gonna go flying, and they'll kick you in the mouth. You get up right next to them, you latch onto them, if they're injured, they're down, and you can just keep going. And then you can go back as Charlotte. And Victor has this, like, small mid-game pressure where he just, he latches onto someone, and now you're fucked for 15 seconds. And you not only do that, you gain a ton of information for the killer, because anybody near you, hey, guess what? They have Victor on them. Or the other way around, you hook someone, you throw Victor at the hook, you go back to Charlotte, and then anybody who's anywhere near will have the killer's instinct thing pop up and go boom, 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 someone's there, and then you just fucking spam left control like you're a hangman, and ta-da, now you've got a free down because Victor's bounds. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of annoying to play against. It's like, there's no counter to it either. You can't crouch walk up to Victor like you can with hag traps. You can't blind Victor like you can with hag traps. You just throw him down, and then, oh, if you get anywhere near, you're fucked, because it left control. And unless Charlotte's sitting on top of a pallet to get stunned, there's no way to pull Charlotte out of it. They can just sit. They can just sit Victor down right next to the hook, run around to Charlotte, and essentially face camp while applying pressure to other people, which is definitely annoying to play against. And why a lot of people also don't enjoy playing her. Like, a lot of people don't like playing Hag. It feels scummy. People like the thrill of the hunt. They like chasing. They like hunting down people, not just, oh, place down trap, place down trap, place down trap. Oh, you got near within 30 feet of my fucking no-no zone. Uh-oh, now you're dead because left control, left click. You know? It's, there's like no skill involved is what a lot of people feel like. There's almost no mind game, you know? And it can definitely be frustrating to play against, and boring as well. Like, they released the new killer, and people are like, ooh, you know, they see the teaser trailer, they're like, ooh, Wendigo maybe? No, little fucking gremlin looking at his Victor over here, you know? Ugly little mutt. Sorry, Victor, you're not pretty, baby gremlin fuck. And they release them, and then they're like, why is nobody playing it? It's because you released a killer that nobody was looking to play. A lot of people don't enjoy that playstyle. Look at Hag's play rate. Look at how much people DC you when they just see a Hag or see a Spirit. You know, they're like, I don't enjoy playing against this. I have nowhere where I can, you know, try and mind game this person. I just run up to me with Victor, and unless I have a long wall with a window, you know, I'm essentially dead, and he can just run up to you, and unless he misses, there's no counter to him. You know, you can't kick him unless he misses, which is definitely annoying to play against, for sure. But oh, another thing with Victor that I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I was like, is like it moved too far to one side, you know, because so they they say, okay, we don't like that people are going in lockers whenever Victor's nearby, so we're gonna make an animation where Victor just keeps them in a locker and they can't leave. Okay. So if you enter a locker and Victor's near you, you're fucked. People found the only counter to Victor was getting in the locker. Otherwise, he just runs up to you and hits you. You have to vault the window, and pallet stunning him is never worth it because the cooldown on Victor is like 6 seconds. It's like, oh no, they killed Victor. Anyways, and then they grab Victor again, and you're fucked. You know, it's like, what am I supposed to do? You know, and you could just hold Victor, I guess. But after 60 seconds, it returns to Charlotte anyways. So they made it so, oh, you can't counter my lockers. I was like, okay. But almost always when there's a thing where it's hard to counter, you know, you step in a bear trap, you are affected by a killer's power in some way. Some of the time, um, you can get helped by other survivors. It's a teamwork based game. Add more teamwork options. You know, allow another survivor to go up and save the uh, survivor from Victor. Have a long animation. If you can make it a long animation where the survivor has to try and rip Victor off, and then they're fighting with him or whatever, and they eventually throw him on the ground, make it like a 5-second animation. But it's just bullshit when you're like, oh, I got in a locker to maybe inner strength heal. Uh-oh, Victor found me. Uh-oh, I'm not allowed to play the game for 60 seconds, or however long Charlotte wants to leave me in the locker, she can. And Victor will just stay there. And I can't do anything about it. And no other survivor can do anything about it. She becomes an M1 killer, but like it's annoying. Maybe I'm just a fucking angry survivor main, you know? Maybe. Or maybe it's just annoying as fuck to play against Charlotte and Hag. And it's boring as fuck to play them. And nobody really wanted that playstyle. They loved Pyramid Head. He has a pretty cool fucking ability with counterplay. He has um, he has okay mobility because his mobility lacks where um, he can't really teleport anywhere like Freddy or anyone, but he also what am I trying to say? He can use the cage to cage people and keep them um, and not have to take the time of going all the way, picking them up, sending them to a hook, hooking them, and then looking around and seeing where everyone else is. He just boom cages and goes, and people found that really nice. People like that quickness. They like the constant action. You know, um, like with Oni, where you down someone. Okay, now you pick them up, hook them, and normally by then you have enough blood to um, ult, to use your power, and then you use your power, and then you snowball off of that. People love that snowball effect of constant pressure able to be applied, and that, and Blight as well. Blight was really strong with Tinkerer. He still is strong with Tinkerer. He's one of the best killers to have it with because he can go anywhere in the map 3 times as fast. He has a fast as fuck um, mobility, and he's pretty good at loops too, like long loops. Short loops he's horrible at because he can't get around and he bumps into things and the terrain isn't made properly and everything. But overall he does not too bad. But what am I trying to get at? Yeah, people really like this high mobility snowball effect. Like if you get Oni and people just play safe and they don't get hit for a while and they pop 2 gens before you can even really get a safe hit. Like if they play super safe and drop pallets and stop you from and loop you well and stop you from being able to gain the blood and start their snowball effect, you're really weak as a killer. But it's when you get that early hit, you get that early strength and advantage where he feels fun as fuck. Where you're demon dashing around, you're slamming into shit, you're fucking demolishing people essentially. And people would really, really enjoy that killer for that. Because he just offers a ton of mobility, very quick downs, but if you play safe against him, you can win quite easily. Like almost always when you're playing against an Oni early on, you want to get not hit. You want to play as safe as possible to stop him from being able to create that snowball effect and start really getting a lot of pressure, especially because you hit someone, you collect all their blood, you eventually down them, you hook them. Maybe a gen will pop within that, but you can now find the next survivor, use your power, down them quite quickly, and always, almost always, you're able to do that before the next person's unhooked. So you do that, and you've downed this person, and you're maybe use half to 3/4 of your power. You maybe have a quarter to half of your bar left. And you're like, well, shit, what am I gonna do now? And now you have to start M1ing people again. You have to find more survivors. Maybe it's the person who unhooked the first guy, or another survivor, or someone else, or the one who's already hooked. You gotta start applying pressure, finding them, hitting them, gaining the blood, and then when there's a lot of blood and you're able to power a lot, and you're able to get those quick downs in quick succession, and even use the advantage of having maybe infectious fright or whispers or something to reveal the location. Maybe I'm all ears might work, or nurse's calling. Aura reading's really strong on Oni because he has the mobility of Billy, but for a limited time he has for a limited time only the mobility of Billy with at a 699 rate. Call now, you know, and he has that mobility for a limited time, but he doesn't have the bump effect of Billy. You can slide up against walls, and you don't have to worry about timing your demon dash at a good time. You do have to worry about it, but not as much as Billy, where you have to use your power at the right time. Um, you sort of just have to not power around short loops and swing when it's not necessary. You want to swing at when you've got them in the open, but Oni has that sort of 90-degree turn that he can do, the slam. It's really fun in his power that people really enjoy playing, and it's definitely kind of frustrating to play against. But at the same time, you're like, damn, he flicked pretty hard and got me. Nice shot. It's the same as playing against a Billy. I will never complain playing against a Billy. There's so few Billy players that even a baby Billy I enjoy playing against. His chainsaw allows for curves, it allows for good mobility to play against. You're almost always on pressure, um, and his perks are pretty good. Enduring, pretty nice. He can act aggressive around pouts, swing whenever. He doesn't have to worry about getting stunned and the survivor running away because well, he'll just keep up. Um, and it's pretty fun to play with enduring. It's I don't know what else to say. It's just fun to play with enduring. You can not have to respect pallets because if they stun you, most often they'll just run away. But now you can just eat the stun, break the pallet really quickly, and keep going. Um, and he also has Tinkerer, 70%. Is it 70%? So like 70% or 75 or 80%. When a gen's done, you're undetectable and um, you can chainsaw across the map to find them, or you can pop up behind someone without them even realizing it. There's no terror radius unless they hear you breathing. You've got them. And there's always I enjoy playing his tinkerability. Maybe because I just don't play against him enough. Like if I played against him like 12 games in a row, I'd be like, all right, maybe I'm sick of this. But it's just so rare that when you finally play against a Billy that's good, and he knows how to use his perks well, and he knows how to curve, and he knows how to when and how to use his chainsaw, you're like, damn, that guy's good. Respect. The same as with shout out to Diamonds. The same with Nurse, where you can people complain about Spirit, they complain about Deathslinger, but probably because there's not a lot, there's not a high skill curve. It's quite easy to play Spirit. You basically hit them, and then you stand still, you phase, and then unless they have Iron Will or any way to stop their scratch marks, you've essentially got them. They'll be loud, they'll be moaning, they'll be making noise, they'll run in the grass. It's pretty hard to um, it's pretty easy to learn Spirit and get good at her within a short period of time. Like you can play Spirit for like 20 games and you've basically mastered her. You can play 20 games of Billy and you can still be shit. You can still be super shit. You can still not know how to curve. you can be struggling with when to use your chainsaw around certain loops. And it's the same with Nurse. You can be struggling with, should I use my power now? Should I wait? Should I go now? Will they turn back? Will they do this? And when you play against a good Nurse, you're like, damn, that dude downed me very quickly. He's very good, respect. And that's how it ends up. You're like, damn, I got dicked. Well, next game, I guess, you know, that person's pretty good. And when you first try Nurse, you're like, damn, okay, now maybe when you play against the first Nurse you've ever played against, you're like, damn, that killer's broken. And then you're like, maybe I should try it. You're like, damn, that killer's hard. That person must have actually been pretty fucking good. And you respect Nurse players who have who are very good, because you're like, that took time and effort for you to actually accomplish that level of skill. Nice job, dude. And they're like, thanks. Yeah, it did. I feel pretty good for, you know, being able to learn this killer and pick him up and actually be able to 4K with them after getting, like, you know, like, you won't 4K on your first Nurse game. If they're competent survivors, you will never 4K on your first Nurse game. You will maybe get one or two, but you're most likely gonna overblink or underblink, or you're gonna blink and they're gonna run back, and you're gonna have a horrible time. But it's when you get into that second game, you say we go game, and you keep trying and you keep going and you don't give up, where you actually learn the killer, and you're like, okay, I do this, I don't blink here, I wait for them to go here, I wait for a nice clear line of sight. Okay, here we go. Now's where I blink. And you start picking up those little tips and tricks. Whereas with Twins and with Hag, it's like, nope, get outplayed. I fucking drew a triangle on the ground. It's you get 10 of those. You get 10 little triangles that are just instant teleports on top of someone, essentially. And it's pretty frustrating to play against, and pretty boring to play. A lot of people don't enjoy playing against Hags and spirits and Deathslinger, because it's just like, well, how do I apply this skills that I've learned from playing against other killers to this killer? Oh, I don't. Deathslinger, how do I dodge this thing? You don't. He just quickscopes you, and you get fucked, and you're like, oh, sick. I basically have to just guess when he's gonna throw his chain, you know, and hope to God he misses for whatever reason. But if he's competent, guess what? I'm fucked, you know. And I feel like that frustration just builds up within a lot of people playing the game. Eventually, you get to a point where you're like, I just don't care. Not a lot of people play Deathslinger. It's whatever, you know. I enjoy playing against the Nurse that I can try and outplay. I can try and dodge back. I can try and do this. Whereas Deathslinger, it's like, I hope to God he misses, you know. And you're like, it takes only a few games to learn Deathslinger. And Spirit and Hag, you're like, okay, this is its power. Okay, this is what it does. Okay, I mean, there's essentially no mind game. You know, people love the mind games. They love the loops. They love, oh, I double backed. Oh, someone wasn't expecting that for me to do that. Oh, got him. Turn around, you know, juke them left and right, spin them maybe, and you're like, I felt pretty good. You know, I applied what I've learned and I benefited from it. Whereas Spirit, you're like, maybe I shouldn't run. Maybe I should always run Iron Well. You know, how do you apply those techniques that you've learned from other killers to this killer? You don't. She just phases right on top of you and hits you. And you're like, I can't do anything. I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna be right on top of me. I don't know if I should double back. Should I stop sprinting to do scratch marks? I try and just outrun her, but she's fast as hell, so you almost always can't outrun her. and people just don't enjoy playing against them. Whereas high mobility, it's like Blight and Oni, or Nurse. You're like, okay, they have a ton of mobility, but where they lack is their downtime. Nurse, she has that fatigue. That gives you room to breathe, and I guess Deathslinger does have room to breathe with with his reload mechanic, but in most oftentimes people just bring the fast reload add-on, so it's like he loses maybe a second in chase, which he'll just get back pretty quickly. And people are like, well, I guess I got outplayed because he can't miss, And Spirit is the same, but like Oni and Nurse and Blight, you're like, okay, he's gonna dash, okay, he's gonna do this, and you can almost predict it. You're like, okay, I see the Blight running at me. He's running super fast. Okay, he's got a bump, and then he's got a bump again, and he has a slow turn radius. Okay, get ready, and he's going. Oh, now turn, double back. Oh, throw pallet early to stun him, and you're like, felt pretty good. I did well. Whereas, it's like, hey, well, I didn't fucking see the triangle in the dirt, surrounded by dirt and grass. That's impossible to see. Oh, I fucking tripped one of your 10 fucking traps in the basement. Well, that's a fucking tragedy. Now I'm dead. Now I can't unhook the person in the basement. Like, and then make your choice as strong as hell on her, because it's like, oh, I'm far enough away from make your choice to proc. I'll leave the trap, they'll unhook, and then I'll just hit the trap right away and hit the make your choice button. And that's just a free one hit. Yeah. And more often than not, you can stack that on top of Devour to gain even more opportunity for insta-downs against survivors. And it's quite frustrating to play against. Quite frustrating. And it's what stops a lot of people from continuing to enjoy the game and play it a lot, is this frustration of, God, what do I do? I like looping around things. I like doing this and that and having fun, but I don't have fun against these X number of killers because there's just no room for counterplay. They just develop these killers that you can't do anything against their power. Oh, Victor, what do I do? Hope to God he doesn't get fucking close as hell to me and try and shred me, because otherwise I'm just down or I'm hit and I can't do anything for a long period of time because Victor's on me. And even if I throw Victor off, he goes back to Charlotte within a few seconds. Like, the recharge time on Victor is very short. It's like 8 seconds. It's almost nothing, essentially. You're like, oh, well, that person threw Victor off, they're back, okay? And now he's back. Okay, now I get to play Victor again. You're like, alright. I would like it if it was similar to Oni, where you have to achieve something other than just, continuing to chase someone and run across the map. To actually get Victor back or have it reload like Huntress, or make it not instant to essentially get Victor back, because you could just always play as Victor. There's almost no downside other than having to pick people up and hook them. You can 4-man down someone as Victor if they're all injured, assuming nobody's nearby to kick you after you tried that, after you've downed the first person and then the second and the third. But even then, if you do that, you'll just play against a ton of DS Unbreakables and second chance perks, because that's what the game's mainly about. People love running game delay perks on Killer and second chance perks on Survivor. It's what's effective. You can run DS Unbreakable on Dead Hard. Dead Hard's a free health state. It is. It's a free health state. You can basically almost always get another loop out of a long loop because of Dead Hard. You can dodge a free hit because of Dead Hard. You can Dead Hard for distance to a window. You can do almost anything with it, and it's just press E to outplay. That's it. And you're like, well, what am I gonna do now? A person, maybe I should just ran unrelenting to counter Dead Hard, you know, or maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should wait. Like, you almost always have to wait for Dead Hard, assuming there's no other. They haven't used any other exhaustion perks. Like, if they haven't used Sprint Burst and you haven't seen them use Light, or they've used Light or something, then you have to wait for it. You can't do anything about it. And there's nothing stopping people from running second chance perks. You can run 4 second chance perks. You can run Deliverance. You can run Dead Hard and DS and Unbreakable and all the good perks and Soul Guard and everything. And what's anyone gonna do anything about it? They can't. There's nothing stopping you from doing it. There's also nothing stopping Killer from running Ruin Undying. And both are getting nerfed. DS is getting nerfed to a weaker state where you can't do anything while it's active. You can't progress the game while DS is active, otherwise it deactivates. And Ruin is getting nerfed because it will only respawn once. Like, it'll basically give you a second. It's basically a second chance. Ruin is Undying. Did I say Ruin? I meant Undying, but yeah. I also have no idea how the fuck they got this mine shaft. Maybe here. But yeah, nobody's stopping you from running it. You can run Ruin Undying, Barbecue, Tinker on Blight for 12 games in a row. You can run it for 50 games in a row. You can run it for 100 games in a row. There's nothing stopping you from doing it. You have that freedom to play as you wish and play however you want. You can go for a meme build. You can go no mither self-care. You can. But most people won't because they, for whatever reason, always want to win and not have fun. Like, they only see winning as fun. If you're not winning, you're not having fun. If you're not escaping every game as Survivor, it's not a fun game. You can't mess around at all. You can't play Ghostface and Teabag and relax with the survivors for a game for daily. You know, you can't. Most people won't do it. They won't try anything else because it's not meta. So it might as well just not even be worth playing. You know, if it's not meta, it's not good. So why would I even bother playing this style of this play style if it doesn't allow me to escape every time? And then they get angry whenever their one-sided perk gets nerfed or Killer gets nerfed by a quarter of a second, or by adding a quarter of a second to an animation that doesn't even matter, and they're like, it's unfair, Survivors never get nerfed. And then Survivor perks get nerfed and people just fucking whine about it too. Like, there's nothing stopping you from whining about it. And then people see the other side whining and they're like, hey, no, this side's harder than your side. No, I'm playing the harder game. I want to whine about it more. And you're like, you're both bad. Shut up. You know? Like, it's not even worth your time to do it. Like, I don't know why people constantly bitch and complain about DS Unbreakable. It's like, there's nothing you can do about it. There's no ban phase for perks. There's nothing stopping you from doing it. When you complain, nothing happens. You have to actually accurately describe the problem with the game and with the function that you dislike. People will just say, oh, I hate playing against this, and they'll just say that, and then they'll leave the lobby, and it's like, wow, that was super constructive. It's like telling someone I don't like the music you made. And you're like, okay, you want to give me any feedback? They're like, no. They're like, I just don't like it. You're like, you want to say why you don't like it, how I could improve? And you're like, no. You're like, oh, okay, go fuck yourself. You know, how is that gonna make me any better? I'm not gonna strive to be a better a better musician in any way if you were just gonna say music bad, me no like, and you don't say, oh, maybe you should do this, maybe implement this change to balance it this way, or do something else, you know, up the pitch, um, slow the tempo at this area, add a snare here, you know, do this, do that, and you're like, oh, sick, that actually improves it, I enjoy it. Or you say, maybe I like it this way because XYZ. And people are like, okay, sure. You know, like, it's it's almost always people are like, I hate playing against Ruin Undying. And you're like, okay, why? And they're like, because the Ruin ruins the gen, and then you can't get rid of the Ruin in the one bones. And you're like, okay, that was helpful. What do you want to do to change it? They're like, shut up. You're like, what? They're like, what do you want to do to change it? Shut up. It's just stupid. I want to complain about it. I don't want it fixed. I just want to complain. I'm like, wow, that was really helpful. Thank you. Oh, I hate DS Unbreakable. Why do you hate DS Unbreakable? Because they put themselves up, and it's stupid. They shouldn't be allowed to. No. You're like, okay, how would you balance it in a different way? Just remove every perk. Survivors get no perks. They don't deserve anything. They're not allowed to play the game at all. I have to 4K every time. You know? Well, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna try and balance as much as possible, even though it's asymmetrical and we can't completely balance it. We're gonna try our best. So that's what behavior does. And people give them shit because they don't nerf certain perk or do certain thing or add things at a certain rate because, well, they don't have to. They're they're a company that has almost no competition within the game style. Like when you look at a MOBA, there are a ton of MOBA games. How many games are like Dead by Daylight? None. I literally can't name any where there's a 4v1 style game with someone who's stronger than the rest. Like the closest thing I had was a 3v1 Mario Party game. I I legitimately don't see anything else that's similar to it. Maybe like a Juggernaut game mode, like in whatever that tank game is. Maybe something like that. Maybe, but even then, that's me just going for a stretch. Like they have no competition, which means they have no reason to try and um, create the best possible product. They can just say, "Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe we'll fix it. Maybe the thing you complained about, maybe we'll fix it. Probably not. Go fuck yourself." And you're like, "Oh, that was really productive. Thank you." They're like, "Yep. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna fucking stop playing our game? It's whatever. People will find the game, they'll try it, and they'll say, oh, it's fun. Yay, let's keep playing." And you're like, no, you're not allowed to enjoy the game. It's broken in XYZ, and new players are like, well, what? Who cares? I just want to try playing it. And then they learn everything, and then they become those other people. They're like, complain about this, XYZ. Everybody's entered that stage where they believe something is unfair against them, and they don't like playing against it because it it somehow has an advantage over them. Where instead of inspecting their own playstyle and capabilities, they just look to ruin other people. People would much rather have another person cancelled and removed off the face of the planet to make their lives easier rather than striving to improve and be better than another person. It's very odd when you look at it. It's very, very odd. And it's definitely something I see a lot more in Dead by Daylight and along with other games, League of Legends and stuff. People will say, "Oh, I just don't like playing against that." Wow, change it. I don't like playing against it. Change it. I don't like playing against it. Change it. Instead of deciding, okay, what can I do to be better than that person, to actually improve myself rather than just trying to nerf other people, you know? And too many people will try and just make other people not have fun in order to make them have fun, you know? Also, shout to these fucking phantoms. I also don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. But yeah, I believe both League of Legends and Dead by Daylight both have a ton of potential. They have potentials to be the best possible game, but you can't wish for a system to be better and then when it's improved, bitch about the system still. You know? You can't say, aha, they nerfed Fiora. Aha, get fucked, Fiora players. What are you gonna do about it? And then be like, wait, they nerfed my character too because Fiora's nerf inadvertently buffed my character? Oh, what the hell? You know? What the hell? They found out my 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 character that I play was stronger because the other character was nerfed. Oh no. Now my character's getting nerfed in order for them to balance it because they overtuned the enemy's nerf. Oh, well, that's stupid. No way that should be that way. I want my side to be strong 100% of the time and the other side to be weak 100% of the time. I want to say GG easy baby killer and 360 him 900 times and just get these sick outplays, and it's like, why are you just trying to have fun? Why don't you try and do something wacky and crazy and unexpected and original rather than just complaining about things and hoping for something to improve because you whine. Like, if you see a broken system, do something to change it. Don't actually just sit there and say, I don't like this. Okay, strive to improve it. Reach out to the community, reach out to the devs, say, hey, are you willing to accept feedback in any way? Can I try and motivate you to look at it from our point of view, look at it in our eyes, saying, oh, maybe we don't like that. Maybe they'll say, oh, we didn't look at it this way. Okay, we'll take a peek at that, see what we can do about it, and then something constructive comes out of it. But people would just rather complain and hope to God eventually something gets fixed. They'll say, I hate playing against DSM Breakable, I hate playing against DSM Breakable, I hate playing against DSM Breakable, wah. Instead of looking at it analytically or objectively to say, okay, here's what we can do to counter it. Oh, I can run these perks to try and counter it. Oh, I can have this playstyle to try and counter it. Otherwise, or Ruin Undying is probably harder to counter as a survivor because you have to find the bones, and almost always people will run Tinker with it. And it can definitely be frustrating to play against as a survivor because, well, it's, what am I even trying to say? It's hard to counter. It's definitely difficult to counter compared to DS Unbreakable. DS Unbreakable, you kind of just have to go for an individual person, um, one by one, and try and not tunnel, sadly. And because if you do, you know, the classic, oh, I went after this person and now they DS'd in my face. Oh, they did the gen right in front of me. They could teabag me. It doesn't matter because if I down them, they'll and not pick them up. Well, they'll just use Unbreakable. And if they jump in a locker, I open the locker, they'll just DS me. Alright, well, it's basically 60 seconds of someone not being able to be touched and countered in any way, and people really hate playing against it because it is unfair. It is unfair, but so is Ruin Undying. So is this, you know, um, these broken add-ons on certain killers and everything. And people will always find a way to bitch about something in some way and somehow because that's what they like doing. People like complaining. And I wish they would look to improve themselves or the game in other ways other than complaining about it by probably just saying, that's unfortunate, maybe I shouldn't use Dash. Maybe be the bigger person about it and not use perks XYZ because it's meta. Maybe I should try something else. Maybe Cooking Quiet head on together, try and surprise them, or try and run Lithe and then try and do techs and run a flashlight, try and do CJ tech, or do something original that people will be like, damn, that was impressive. But it's almost always just complain. System's broken, don't like it. Wow, well that really helped us. Thank you. I don't know how the devs do it. How they maintain this stoicness of, damn, that's unfortunate for people playing against this because it's a tragedy. And I don't even know what I'm going on about anymore. And behavior sort of just stays quiet during these times. They eventually they do listen to the complaints and the bitching and this, but they also love looking at data, which can be both good and bad. Data can give you a lot of information in a short period of time. It can tell you, okay, a lot of people who are playing killer see an object of obsession and they DC within so many seconds and you can see they probably have the data that says, oh, they saw the object and decided, I don't want to play against that. And they're like, well, how are we going to fix it? We're not. We're just going to leave it for quite a few years. And then they eventually now just teased, after like many years of object being annoying as fuck to play against, of, oh, you guys want this change perhaps? Of object being nerfed? And everyone's like, yes, yes, yes. And then the survivor mains will complain. Why it's our only counter against good players. Why I don't like it. Why my side's getting nerfed. Why and because they'll be like, haha, haha, and then they'll also say, oh, we're also we're that was just a assumption of or an opportunity, for you guys to give us some feedback on how you would like this change. We're not actually implementing it yet. maybe you want to leave object of obsession. They could just. A lot of people are saying they like the object changes, but there's nothing enforcing them to implement the object changes. They could just say, "Oh, too bad. You know, we're just gonna leave it as it is." Survivors will be very happy with object. They'll be like, "Haha, yes, I can keep abusing the strong perk." Haha, because they'll fucking complain and whine and be like, "No, I don't like playing against it because it is unfun to play against." But so is, you know, playing against Spirit and Deathslinger, but people still play them, and people will whine about it too, playing against that shit. Like, it's a cycle of back and forth of your side stronger, no, your side stronger, and my side needs buffs, no, my side needs buffs. And do I think it will ever stop in a game? No. People will always complain about something in Dead by Daylight, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, people will go, "I don't like playing against that. Wham, 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 wham." And you're like, "Cool. Any feedback?" No, I just don't like playing it. So. And you're like, "Well, what are you gonna do about it?" You know. Do I believe the game's overall balanced? Mainly. There are definitely loops that are sided one way. I don't like unbreakable walls for sure. That is very frustrating to play against because you're playing against it as killer. It's essentially a rework map where you get an infinite, and they tried it on Dead Dog, which is annoying. Like, the main building on Dead Dog Saloon is the Dread Dog Saloon. You're gonna hate your life playing that map. And you just will. It's overall not a fun time playing in the main building in Dead Dog Saloon. They get the nice windows. Survivors get nice windows. They get a lot of opportunity to honestly loop around that main building. And then, but there are good things with that map though. There were loops and things that they implemented that you never see on any other map. No other map has TL walls that are that can be breakable at a certain point. There's no other map where you can break the middle of the T wall to make it weaker. Like, TL walls are one of the staple loops in Dead by Daylight, you know, and most people know how to run them, and they get used to them. And then they implemented that sort of opportunity to make it weaker, but you sacrifice time as the killer, which I think was overall a good change. I think you need a loop that is slightly survivor sided and not overly survivor sided anyway. That can become killer sided if it takes the time to make the breakable walls. Otherwise, or break the breakable walls. Otherwise, you have to do it in the opposite way, where survivors should have to sacrifice time to break or to build up the walls, to create a stronger loop for themselves. Otherwise, they are in a shitty situation. Like the new not Haddonfield, what's it called? Badham Preschool. The new Badham Preschool rework is horrible. It's horrible. The House of Pain was already annoying as hell to play against, and then they'll just go and put a god window in there, and you're like, unless that person breaks that breakable wall, I'm essentially home free. and there's nothing stopping me from running into House of Pain and looping it over and over and over again. And there is some good doors there for the killer. There's the door in the on the main floor in between the two rooms that if you are there as survivor, you're like, oh, running away from the killer, running away from the killer. Okay, I'll go into the other room. Oh, door's closed. Okay, now I have to go downstairs, and I have to try and loop that pallet or use that pallet, which that one's kind of like a it's definitely a god palette, but it's once it's gone, that loop is essentially worthless. You know, like you can only use House of Pain once. You know, unless you're able to go back around to the other window, like at time. Like if the killer is right behind you, you have to use a pallet or get hit. There's no other option, and um, it can definitely be frustrating to play against this killer, and I feel like that's where a lot of hate in the game comes from, is frustration of you not being able to use the advantages you have to the maximum capability, you know. And it's like, well, that's life. Too fucking bad. You want your stock didn't go up. Unfortunate. You should have sold. You know. What are you gonna do about it? And you know, I think the game's pretty good. Has a lot of potential to be even better. As long as they keep releasing fun killers. If they release bad killers, then well, it's boring as hell because we get these periods where people will just be like, well, I don't want to play killer, and survivors will get 20-minute queue times because nobody wants to play killer because they want to try the new killer, they want to play it out, and then they try the twins, and they're like, well, this shit's boring as fuck. I might as well just play Hag, you know. And maybe they're running out of creativity, but I mean, they made Blight after they had Oni, which they're pretty similar, along with Billy. They all have that high mobility, but with a setback of some sort to obviously counter them in some way. But maybe they're running out of ideas to do with killers. Because almost always the game is you're on a single level playing field. Yeah, there's fuck. I speak. That creeper head took all my attention. There's stairs and vaults and falls, but and what's it called? Hills and everything. There's changes in elevation, but almost always you're playing on a single axis. You're playing on the X and Y axis. You have, or X and Z axis. You have no Y axis play against. There's no height. There's no, and by that I mean there's nobody who can climb on the walls. You know, there's nobody who can you know, jump around like a Wendigo until dawn. It's all, you know, killers on the ground, hiding on the ground. Maybe the ground changes to a certain height. Other than that, you know, nothing changes. You know, that's just the person chasing me down the hallway. Well, now the person chasing me down the stairs. Now we're both down the stairs. And, yeah, I feel like that really restricts them from creating a killer that could have a change in height to them. You know, like I would love to see someone who could maybe climb over a wall or a loop in some way. Which I guess in that it's just Nurse. She can go through everything. You're like, well, there I go. She went through the wall. What do I do now? Nothing. Because I have to. I basically just try and dodge back, dodge forward, assume she'll underblink or overblink a certain way. But I feel like I would love a killer like the Wendigo from Until Dawn. People were really hoping, and so was I. I was hoping that the twins, when you originally saw Victor, it was a Wendigo, but it was not. It was rather just these two little wacky characters, and I hope the new killer is definitely interesting. Like if they make another boring killer, it's gonna lose a lot of drive from older players to continue to play because it's like, well, I've done almost everything I can on Survivor. Not much is new. I basically just have to hope I play with some derpy players that play wacky and everything. Otherwise, I'm gonna be bored for sure. And if they make another killer that people don't like, it's gonna hurt the game a lot. And people will continue to get sick of it. You know, people just get bored and stop playing, and that's most of their fan base now. They just see, oh well, that's not very interesting to play anymore. Okay, well, I guess I'll maybe try Survivor, and then they try Survivor for quite a while, and then they go back and forth between Killer, and they put 1,000 hours into the game, and they're like, oh, there's nothing more until a new Killer comes out. And they'll be done for 3 months while waiting for something new to come out, and that's where a lot of the people who stream the game for a long period of time, or for many years, have just been like, well, there's nothing new. Survivors have always been the same. It's hold M1, save, loop, repeat, and they never add any weird game modes. Or at least they have, but it's been like, you know, event game modes. It's not like League's rotating game modes where you're like, oh, a new thing has come up. Oh, we could play Earth, or we could play One for All, or they're trying out ARAM or something. And oh, TFT. Oh, people really like TFT. Okay, we'll add that to the game permanently. Whereas Dead by Daylight, it's like this is the one game mode. This is what you play. Well, it's really two game modes. They interact with each other. And it's like, well, you either play a real-time strategy pressuring game, or you play a run away from Spooky Boy and hold M1 for a long period of time. People are like, wow, how interesting. You know, you put 1,000 hours in and you're like, well, I'm bored of Dead by Daylight. That's it. I've got everything I can out of the game. And I feel like it has no late game. You know? Like, it's a League of Legends. It's basically, I could probably describe it like League of Legends. So you have laning phase, which is you picking up the game for the first time and learning how to loop and play against killers, especially new ones you've never played against. You'll like the first time you play against the Plague, you're like, oh well, hi Plague. Okay, I gotta watch out for the vomit. Should I cleanse? Should I not cleanse? Oh, she's got the red vomit now. Okay, oh that one hurts. Okay. Do this, do that. And you're like, oh, that was interesting. You know, I learned new stuff, and then you learn all the new killers to play against. You learn the loops. You learn the maps, and you get a ton of perks, and that's your laning phase. And then you go into mid-game where you start to learn techs and you start to have fun with the game and implement new strategies and game styles that you've never done before. And it can keep people interested. You know, if League of Legends was all just laning phase and there's no late game, if it was just farming minions and little fights, people get bored over time. But then you get into mid game where um, you're having these scraps, you're fighting for objectives, you're trying to apply pressure across the map, you're trying to push waves as fast as possible, find picks, get Baron, get Dragon, do all this, and that's, you know, you're starting to get creative in Dead by Daylight. Then you get late game where in League you're like, okay, now we have to try and figure out our strategy to win. We have to somehow end this game before they can end us. Okay, how are we gonna do that? Okay, we're gonna try and get a pick. We're going to force Baron. We're gonna try and burst Baron. Maybe we have a ton of damage to burst Baron very quickly. We have Kaisa or some shit, or Callista or someone. And it's you know, it's like we go try and, you know, try and try and apply enough pressure to eventually meet your win condition and end the game. Whereas in Dead by Daylight, you're like, okay, I've gotten all the perks, I've gotten all the killers, everything on everyone, I've completed the tomes. There's a new killer every, like, 6 months now. Okay. There's 3 new survivor perks because survivors don't have abilities. Okay. I'll try those out. Well, I guess I can do this cool interaction between them. Okay, well that's Survivor. I played that for a few weeks. Now there's nothing interesting or new about it, you know. Whereas Killer, you're like, okay, try new power, try new killer perks, try new killer perks on different people. You're like, oh well, and now there's nothing to do. I'm doing the same thing over and over again, and over and over and over again. Okay, well this is definitely boring. Now I see why people could get bored of this game very easily. And then you're like, there's nothing to do now. There's no late game. There's no fun left. What do? Just keep doing the same old, I guess. Keep looping and holding M1 and trying new perks every so often. Well, now I'm bored. I don't want to play this game. I'm not going to play this game. And then they lose the fan base. And then it's just they're what's it called? Their player base stays at a constant number because people. Scott John explained this. People go through that cycle and then they eventually stop playing the game or return every so often, and then it just gets filled in with new people, and that's how you're always playing with horrible players. It's the person I'm playing with is horrible because they've only put like 100 hours into this game, and they're still in the laning phase of the game. Whereas with other games, there's always something new. Like, look at me playing Minecraft. I've been able to play while talking, and I still have things to do. I just went mined obsidian, upgraded my sugarcane farm, built a portal, and I'm starting to now make a farm so I can make weight to breed cows together. Like, there's something new to do at almost every corner, where with Dead by Daylight, it's like, well, here I am. I'm stuck playing this thing over and over again if I want to keep learning. And yeah, that's it. I just keep doing the same thing. Keep doing the same thing. And now I'm bored. I don't want to do the same thing anymore. So I quit. And then people quit. And it's... I would like to see the stats on how long people actually play the game for before quitting. Because it seems interesting for sure as to... Do people actually like come back to the game after they've had this like long hiatus of not playing? Or do they just say, game's still boring, I don't want to play it anymore. Wow, new killer, wow, what am I gonna do now? Just keep doing the same fucking loop. They just need to, I believe, implement something that is interesting to survivors. Like when you have those, like the only event I've been in, like I've played since what was it, May of 2020. The only event that I've been in is the 4th year anniversary. That's it. Although the pandemic hit and um, their progress slowed down within the game. I'm no surprise that that happened. But they also, I believe, most of them will work on their own hours, from what I've been told. They can choose their hours, which is probably great and really relieves a lot of stress on people. But it also hurts the game productivity and quality if you're just saying, oh, we haven't released anything. You guys can work on your own time, but well, we haven't released anything in a few months, so should we do that, or should we just, leave everything as it is? Just hope people don't notice. And then people notice, and they're like, well, fuck, now we have to make something, and then they end up pushing something to live that's pretty fucking buggy. Ghostface still has a problem. You can be right next to Ghostface and he'll be like, not exposing, not exposing, not exposing. Cool, he's chasing me, I'm looking back at him. Still not exposing, cool, yeah. And then um, he can expose you from incredible distances across the map. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's I told you I could complain about this game for an hour, as I probably have. Game has potential. Pretty fucking fun game. A lot of frustrating things within it, but overall a pretty fun game. Beehive there. A pretty fun game. Maybe we should talk about Minecraft instead, rather than a game that'll make me angry and have to objectively look at it. Look at Minecraft. Pretty fun game. Play it for probably a few too many 100 hours, you know. I guess I should just take that one cow. Oh, never mind. There's this cow here. Pretty fun game. Pretty unique game as well. Like, there's no other game that said the sandbox game with an optional objective that you can do, but with so much creativity and opportunity to it. Like this game, it's thrived. The fact that people have created things and made things that are insane, essentially. Like, people will go ahead and create these massive builds, and like a hardcore wolf, like Phil's, he just invigorates people, or not invigorates, motivates is what the word I'm looking for. Motivates people to play this game, and it's insane. Like, the things you can create in this game and the opportunities you can do is insane. Like Redstone itself. If you had an infinite world, you could make a computer. You could make a computer in Minecraft. They have a true and full state within Redstone, on off. You can. It's an if-else statement. You can do anything with that. You can make any Redstone contraption that you believe if you put enough time and effort into it. You can. People have made farms for basically every mob. They've they've made grinders for spawners. They found a way to make an iron golem farm. Found a way to maximize breeding, auto breeding within villager villager breedings, and maximize trades, and they found ways to do new things almost every time. And they have a very Mojang has a very slow rollout rate with this game, but I feel like the game just has so much within it. Even though you look at it, you're like, well, grab materials, go to the Nether, kill the blaze, get enough Ender pearls, kill the Ender dragon. Kill the Ender dragon. Game's done. But you can go back. It's not game's done. You can keep playing. You can go and make automatic cow farms. You make iron golem farms. You make wither skeleton farms, blaze farms. You can create the Library of Alexandria, like every world wonder. You can make a castle. You can do anything. Creativity is your opportunity within this game, and there's so much to do that people often get overwhelmed with what to do. They say, I beat the Ender Dragon. Oh, everything else takes too much effort and time. I don't want to do it because, it's gonna be difficult and it's gonna be hard. But maybe that's just some people's opinion. Some people will definitely do that. They'll play the game, they'll beat the Ender Dragon, they'll be done. They'll never touch the game again. There are many people who have done that. They'll never play Minecraft again. They're like, I beat the game. People are like, oh, don't you want to kill a wither? They're like, nah. Don't you want to go see an underwater temple? Nah. Okay, do you want to make something creative and cool? Nah. It's like, they're 100% allowed to do that. But it's where people who say, yeah, sure, let's do that. Let's go and, make a castle. Let's make a village that is, instead of, houses, it's all bikini bottom, houses. And the villagers all interact, or maybe we'll make a mansion of some sort or something. And there's so much to do in this game, and there's almost nothing wrong with it. Mojang has balanced this game so perfectly well that people love it. You can do so much, and some people definitely get bored, but for those who have that creative, minds and will to keep going, will create things nobody's ever done, and do things that they find interesting, and there's always something new to find in Minecraft. And they, just as soon as people are like, about to possibly stop playing, giving up on the game, they somehow just always release these new updates, and the game fundamentally stays the same. You have to collect resources. You can create farms, like wheat farms and everything. They almost always never change that thing. Once they find something that works, they don't touch it. If in any way they might buff it, or if they find it really, really strong, they nerfed villager trades in early 1.14, where you could get like efficiency 5 books for 1 emerald for like um, for saving a zombie villager, which is like, oh, that's pretty strong. Like prot 4 or some shit. You're like, whoa, okay, relax. But it's always, and then it's always been, you know, changing, but mainly staying the same. They plan to add these caves and cliffs update. Caves are definitely interesting. You know, you find ore, you can find the ore, but it's when you watch that trailer of the caves and cliffs update with the giant caves that have water in them and you can boat around them, and it's like, wow, I didn't even expect that. You're like, damn, you know. And then but they almost always do multiple things at the same time. You know, they added the um, uh, underwater temples and guardians and everything, but they're like, it's not enough. Go a step farther. They always look and say, okay, this is good. Can we make it better? Okay, that's great. Can we make it better? Okay, that's amazing. Can we make it better? Okay, that's the best we can do. It's unbeatable. Like the end, they said, okay, we're gonna add the Ender Dragon. It'll be cool. And now then they added the Elytra and the End Islands and shulker boxes and a new way to improve your inventory. And you're like, wow, that was pretty interesting. It was pretty nice. It's cool. It adds a lot of mobility to the game with the Elytra. And then they have the Elytra, and it's like, oh, they're just falling and falling. How can we improve it? It's basically just you're basically just a flying squirrel. You can't really go up. You basically just go down. I don't know, like, I mean, they needed some way for them to launch themselves other than shooting themselves with a punch 2 bow. You know, it's like, oh, let's give them fireworks. If they use the fireworks while flying, they'll fly up. And it's like, never would I have ever thought of that. Their team of people that work on this game is insane. The brainstorming and stuff they come up with is out of this world. And they added, they plan to add those new mobs too, those new cave mobs and everything too. Like they add these cool new things, and then they say, okay, now what has an effect on it? Okay, we're gonna add a underwater temple. Ooh, that looks nice, but it's got a catch. There's guardians trying to protect it. You're like, oh, damn. Okay, that's interesting. How do we counter that? You know, how do we? There's good loot and stuff in there, but there's danger to it. You know, the Nether Fortress. In the Nether, there's gold and quartz and everything, but there's gas. There's wither skeletons. There's, you know, blazes and everything that's trying to stop you from getting the goods and getting stronger. It adds a level of difficulty to the game that they add an opportunity for difficulty as well. You know, hardcore mode. You're dead. You're dead. I experienced that last time. You know, they don't mess around. But easy, you can definitely build prot 4, diamond, or netherite even. Netherite armor. I had a netherite too. Diamond. You get prot 4 diamond armor or netherite armor and go in, tank 100 zombies and just don't care. It's like, damn. Or you can build that all in hardcore and you can get hit by a zombie once and lose half a heart and you're like, oh shit, I should maybe watch out because there's a danger aspect. The difficulty is great. The game is hard yet easy. If you're patient and smart, you can benefit from your choices. But if you're impatient and you try and rush stuff like I did last time, I tried to get into another, I tried to run past those penguins, didn't work out, and I died for it. And if you act aggressive, you can sometimes benefit from it greatly. But if you fuck up, then you're done for, you know? I've kind of just been going on. I kind of... Oh, that's a zombie spawner. That's pretty close to my house, too. Okay. I really wish it was skeleton, but that's fine. Must be an exit because this dude fell. Yep. He's got a knife. Oh, it's in the middle of this abandoned mine shaft as well. Interesting. I wonder if there's a spider spawner nearby that I could combine them both. A name tag and a saddle. Oh, holy shit, money. Only one chest though, Sag. Okay. Alright. Well, that's definitely interesting and good to know. I walked right by that and I didn't even look up. I didn't even care. Well, I don't see anything good down there. I'm not low enough for diamond. Alright, well. I think... should go up and breed that cow, those cows. Use those bones to improve my farm. But that's a good thing to know about that zombie spawner. I really wonder if there's a poison spider spawner, because I know they're definitely risky to do, but having them both for EXP right next to each other would be nice. You know, it's something like you push them and then you have like a fence or some shit at the bottom that they get stuck on, but you can hit them. Something weird like that. I don't remember exactly how it's worked. I've seen a portion of a poisonous spider spawner before. I honestly forget where that came from. That's unfortunate. I'll pick up the coal though, and then we can go surface side. Breed those cows. Maybe we can go to another. I think I have enough string. Yeah, I have enough string to make a new bow. I don't think I have very many arrows. I have 3. We can use them sparingly. As long as I have a shield, I should mainly be fine. Oh, I'll need to get some more food. I'll have to go kill some salmon. Salmon's actually really good. Like, the fish aspect to this game was also greatly improved. Like, the water update, I feel like was one of the best updates for this game. You know, the aquatic update, where they added those temples and they've added these, the dolphins and fish and everything. It was like, damn, they really outdid themselves on that one. And I'm pleasantly surprised and happy with what they've done. Again, yeah. It's over here. Yeah, here's my exit. And I feel like they still have a lot of opportunity to grow. After the combat update, you used to be able to just fucking spam your hits and 2-shot creepers instantly, going bam bam. You know, and then they added the combat update, which ruined PvP on certain servers and stuff, and for certain people. They felt like combat is not as good as it was before. They like the spamming. They like the swing, 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 swing. Not have to swing, wait, swing, wait, swing, wait. You know. And but I believe overall it's good. You know, it forced people to be patient and calculating rather than just running in gung ho and blazing, and swinging and like crazy, and you know, almost never was bringing a bow important because you could just spam your left click and two-shot things. Right now it's like, okay, maybe I'll go for the bow, and then as they're pushed back and stunned, I'll go for the hit with the sword, or I'll go for the shield. And dual wielding was a great addition to this game. You used to have to be able to scroll or hit a different key to, you know, bring your torch up, or, you know, try and um, be efficient with how you play. But now they have um, this dual wielding, and you can have a shield in one hand and a sword in the other and go crazy, or you could even have um, you could have uh, you know, a torch and a pickaxe, and that'd be great for mining. You don't even have to move; you just have to right click. You don't have to move down your thing to look for your toolbar to get a different weapon. You're like, it's just there, you know, or a different tool, just there. Um, but yeah, overall, I believe this game's fucking perfect almost. The caves update will make it much better. I feel like a lot of people lose nostalgia with the new game, but the main aspects of the game stay, and I think that's what people keep coming back to, is those aspects of the game staying mainly constant. Of, you know, cows have always been bred the same way. They changed it with pigs to carrots, and people were like, that seems fair. You know, it's nothing. There's nothing ever too um, one-sided one way. They're like, there are things that you wish had more use, or that worked better. Enchanting used to be horrible, horrible. You get all the way up to 30 levels, and now you're fucked. I should have brought the. I'm gonna go back to grab that flint and steel, as well as some more food. I guess that's just that. Instantiated. Um, but enchanting used to be horrible. You would get all the way up to 30 levels and hope for something good, and then you'd enchant a bow and you'd get like punch 2 and breaking 1 with 30 levels. You're like, go fuck yourself, Mojang. And then they added, like, you know, Lapis. You don't lose all and then you don't lose all your levels, and then you also you don't lose all your levels, as well as you um, you can see a preview of what you're at least going to get. You know, you're guaranteed to get this enchant with an opportunity for more enchantments on top of that. You know, like if you put a pickaxe in, you're like, well, I'm at least going to get efficiency 3 or unbreaking 3 or something. I'll most likely get something else with it, but at least I'll get that enchant for sure. And I know that. And then you can refresh it with enchanting something else. You know, and before it was sort of just a gamble as to what you might get, or um, yeah, what you might get along with the original enchant. And I think it's really healthy for the game, the enchanting update, as well as pillager update was really nice. More opportunities for villages to do something as well. And they added these pillagers and this They added the woman mansion with these villagers. They're really cool. The evokers and everything. And the raids were cool, and the benefits, you get a benefit from the raid as well. You get an advancement, you get, Hero of the Village, you get a ton of loot if you can survive. You might use up a lot of resources, but at least there's a nice hefty benefit from it afterwards, And it's the game is really good at, if you put in an effort, you get something out of it that's really good. It's not easy to beat the Ender Dragon. You have to go to the Nether. You have to get the Ender Pearls. You have to beat the Ender Dragon itself in the fight. You can get all the way there, and then fucked by the Ender Dragon, just completely demolished. You're like, well, damn, that's unfortunate. And that can be annoying. But if you kill the Ender Dragon, you get the egg. You get a ton of XP. You get the achievement. You technically beat the game. And you can now go to the End Islands as well. You could always go, but now it's much easier to go because now you can go and get an Elytra easily by purling through those portals. And I'm glad that they continue to develop the End with those islands and cities and Elytra and everything, because it was just, oh, go beat the Ender Dragon. No, I did. Now I go home and I never go back to the End unless I want to make an Ender farm. Which even then they're okay, And then they added the Endermite to make Enderman farms easier, as well as a little bit of a cool interaction with Ender tools. You're like, interesting, nice. And then, yeah, they added that, and they added the shulkers and everything, a new way to store in inventory. People were really liking that. You can only store in an Ender chest portably to bring with you. You had this inventory plus an Ender chest inventory, and it's like that's all you got. Now it's like shulkers. You can't put a shulker inside of a shulker inside of a shulker. That would be kind of strong. You just have infinite storage, but you can shulkers inside of an Ender chest, shulkers inside of an inventory, and it's like you can move mass quantities of things, and it's great for late game people. People are complaining about late game. Mojang listened. Sadly, they listened. They didn't try and say, hey, what do you... But most of the people in the Minecraft community are actually responsive, saying, hey, we want this changed because this would help improve this here. And you're like, oh, cool, yeah, that actually makes sense. And then they invite people to playtest it too, which is cool. Say, hey, you want to come playtest this new update? People will be like, sure, why not? Yeah. Which I've always found is pretty cool. Which we're also under, I believe, strict NDA as well. I remember Connery is leaking the Caves and Cliffs update and breaking his NDA because he's an idiot. I don't know. Found that hilarious. How do I want to do this? Yeah, they invite people who know about the game. I wouldn't be surprised if many main YouTubers have been invited to play the game and try it out and say, hey, do you like this? Do you think there are any changes? I bet. And they playtest I'm pretty sure they playtest a lot as well. And that's sometimes you don't see in other games because Minecraft doesn't have that competitiveness that other games have, which a lot of people dislike. It's hard to get competitiveness within a sandbox game. How the hell are you gonna do that? And And that's definitely a struggle that they have been working with for quite a while, of like, how do we give people what they want while still making it nice and balanced? And I bet there were things that they tried to do, or they had in a much weaker state than what it was, and people said, no, don't do it this way, do it this way. And then Mojang listened. They said, oh, that seems interesting, yeah, let's do it. You know? There's a fucking bastion right there. Do another fortress though. Yeah, they listen. They make a great game. I mean, a great game, and they kept improving. They didn't give up on it either. They kept going. What's this return point? Never mind, there's a Enderman right here. 2 Endermen right here. I don't think I looked at the other one in time. Ow. He hurt. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna kill these Endermen. And then I might call it there. About 1 per hour. I'm going for nearly 3 hours. Nobody joined. That's fine, I'm fine talking by myself for a bit. I think I'm getting hungry, so probably end it here. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks everyone who watched, stayed for this long. Anything you want to talk about or add, or if you want to join in, I can send an invite. We can talk. Open to almost any guest on this podcast. I really don't care. Thank you very much for watching. If you stayed in this long, yeah. All right. Well, that'll be all. Have a good one.